right. Hi, YouTube family.
Give it a second.
Welcome to our live. Let us know when you can see us and hear us okay, and we can get started. Always takes like forever. All right.
Sorry.
Hi, Kay. Hi, Gina. I don't know if they can hear me or see me. Oh, there you go. Hi, guys. I just had to wait for the first message there to come through to make sure that you guys could hear us and that we were being seen on the other side. Hi, everyone. I hope you guys had a great day.
Hi, YouTube family.
I was just trying to think of what day of the week it actually is, but it's Tuesday. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Perfect. Hi, Keith. Hi, Susie. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Grandma Wrinkles. Keith, Kay, Gina. So we hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. We had another day of like so-so weather here today. We had bits and pieces of sort of warm weather, but then it was just kind of like not your ideal day. So we didn't get a whole lot accomplished today on any of our outside projects. So we worked on a bunch of inside projects. Hi, Mom. So what we're going to do today is we thought that it would be fun to do a little create with me or create with us. I'm going to work on some plant hangers because, as you know, I've been working on our porch renovation. And a couple of you in yesterday's video caught a sneak peek of something that I added to the porch that we hadn't shown yet on a video. And I got tons of messages of people saying, wait, when did you do the porch floor? So don't worry. I didn't leave you out of anything. You will see the whole porch interior transformation as soon as a few things that I ordered for that porch space come in.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. For those of you who have been following my Amazon pillow cover order, I've been waiting for almost 6 weeks for an order of pillow covers that are going to go on some upcycled pillows I want to put on the porch to do the transformation in that space. 6 weeks. Like I think I'm just going into the 6th week of waiting for my pillow covers.
Yeah, it's been a long wait.
Yeah, crazy. So I'm still waiting. I want to be able to get the rest of that porch space put together and show you guys what I want it to look like. But in the meantime, waiting for my pillow covers and a few other things I ordered, I put a rug that you've maybe seen in some of the staging in some of our other older videos. I actually just had this really geometric IKEA rug that I think originally Philip bought me for about $59 plus tax about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And it actually is amazing because it cleans really well. I would consider it an indoor-outdoor rug because I've kind of had it in both places. But it cleans super well. And I thought for now, until we actually do the flooring on the actual floor in the sunroom that we've done, I would put this rug up there because I think it looks really sharp with the yellow mustard colored vintage couch.
Yeah.
And it was kind of the perfect size for now. So I just put it in there and it looks great. And I think it's actually going to go really well with the pillows that I ordered because I know some of you have seen a sneak peek of the pillows that I actually ordered on Amazon, just some really inexpensive ones that are probably for inside that I'm going to put in the screen porch if they ever show up. And I think it's all going to really tie together. But I really want to have a few other things in there that obviously you know I'm not going to buy. I'm going to DIY. And some of those things are to put some plants in that space that I don't have to worry if the dog is going to get at, or really I don't want to fill up the whole space, the floor square footage with plants all on the ground. I thought it would be cute since I have the ceiling roof and a lot of the beams to have a few hanging plants.
Yeah.
So I have some terracotta pots that I actually painted white in a previous video. There was some soil in that one. That wasn't a booby trap. That was just, he just dumped soil all over the dining room. So I have a couple of these that I've already painted white, and I do actually have a whole pile of just terracotta colored ones outside. So I may interchange them, but I'm just going to use these smaller white ones for now. And I have a whole bunch of plants that I want to take pieces off of from inside and put them on the porch space and just help speed up some of the growing on some of those ones.
Yeah.
And we get gorgeous sunlight in that front area. And so I thought it would be really fun to create some kind of like, I call them macrame plant hangers, but they're not really macrame. I'm not really sure what they're called, but we're going to make them out of some cotton cording, and then I'm going to make some using some thicker millimeter jute, which we're going to do that in just a second. I'm just going to say hi to some people that came in. Hi, Crystal W. Hi, Wendy. I love that you guys have those custom symbols from your membership beside your name. Super cute. Oh, have a nice time at work, Wendy. Thanks for joining us. Hey, that's not nice. Yeah, so what I want to do is make some hangers. But before I start making the hangers, I don't know how many of you caught our video yesterday where Chase and I sewed some pocket pillows and we did some monogramming with our camper logo on the front. Oh, wrong way. I always do the reverse angle on this. So, sorry, Philip, I'm blocking you. Ooh, okay. So it actually came out super crisp. You're trying to hide now. It came out super crisp and I'm really happy with it. And this is just done on Painter's drop cloth. It's actually super soft and I was really surprised on the quality. So after we did the video, I couldn't help myself, but Chase and I actually made a couple more pillows and we did a different monogram style on them. And we used some thicker fabric canvas that I had left over from another project just to see how well that fabric would do making the pillows as opposed to the actual drop cloth. And so I actually made another pillow that I want to show you. And I just did it because we have a super cute area where Gunnar has a bed and he has his soft pillows and his soft blanket and it's like a fuzzy material, his bed. And I thought it would be super cute to do a monogram pillow that has his name or his initial or something on it. I don't know, cheesy dog decor. But I made a pillow, which is kind of wrinkly now, but I did G for Gunnar and then I did his name in cursive across the front. So I think if I could ever get the creases out of my canvas, I think in time they'll go away, but nothing was getting them out. But I think it looks super cute. And I just put a thrifted, oh, wrong direction, thrifted pillow fill inside. So let me know what you think. But I think these pillows turned out super cute and they're really inexpensive to make. So it's kind of great.
Belinda Anderson, luckily for me and everybody, tomorrow we're going to start back on the travel trailer.
Thank goodness.
So there'll be a video up tomorrow about the travel trailer. And then for the next couple of days, we'll be working inside the travel trailer. So we're excited to get back on the camper. There's going to be some fun things that we're going to show tomorrow in tomorrow's video and then the next couple of days. So we're super excited. We've been anxiously waiting for this weather to kind of dry up, and it's looking like it's going to be a good week ahead of us.
Yeah.
For the rest of the week anyways.
I'm so excited because it's telling us on our weather our weather network that we have, fingers crossed, 8 days in a row of nothing but sunshine. So I'm super excited. Hey, Phil, where were you supposed to send the cold weather to? Because it ended up here.
Yakadanda.
Sorry, Wendy.
I'm so sorry, Wendy. I'm so sorry. But just keep it there for like 4 more days, and then you can send it back our way.
So yeah, I think that these pillows turned out super cute. I think it's going to be really cute to have. We're going to make another couple of the ones with the compass on them so that the boys can each have one when they're older and we're not using the camper or something anymore. And then, yeah, super awesome. Candace saying, do I worry about the sun fading the colors over time? Yeah, so I've done this with a few other pillows that I've done in our mudroom. I did one that says good vibes only.
Do you want me to grab it, actually?
Oh, Phil's going to grab it. So I did like a lumbar. I did a lumbar shape 12 by 24, I think it was, or 12 by 16 size pillow. And I just wrote good vibes only on it. And I had it in the direct sunlight sitting right in front of the window in our mudroom. And it's been there for probably about 4 or 5 months already. I haven't had any fading. And then I've actually thrown it in the wash a couple of times just because it's a cream colored pillow in the mudroom and things get dusty in there. And it didn't fade at all. And this one I didn't do 2 coats of, oh, now you're trying to cover my face. Hit pillow fight. So I actually did a really light paint on this one. I didn't even do 2 coats like I did with the one that I just showed you. And it hasn't faded at all. So I'm really impressed with this. And this is just regular interior acrylic paint that you would use on a wall in your house. It's just my Beauty Tone paint that I usually use for all of my projects. I just use leftover white and black from that. Nothing has faded, and throwing them in the wash, it didn't bleed, it didn't run, it didn't get on anything else. The first time I washed it by itself because I was worried that I was going to get the paint, it was going to, go on to something else, but it didn't. So, yeah, so back in the camper tomorrow. I think it's going to be really nice because these monogram pillows we're doing are going to look super cute in there, whether we put them in the bedroom or on each of the kids' bed spots, right? itchy on my sweatshirt. And so I think it's going to be really cute to have a few custom items that are going to go in there. And you know I'm going to do a bunch of other DIYs for actually filling up the space with decor once we get the interior renovation done on the camper. So while I get started on our little plant hanger DIY, we're going to talk to you guys about some cool new things that we're going to be doing on our channel in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so
super
we've gotten
fun.
a little bit of confirmation on. We got semi-confirmation on today, but it's something that we're going to do
it regardless.
Yeah.
But yeah, just on timing, I guess, if it's going to happen sooner or later. But
now I have a pillow,
I think it's
table of pillows.
I think it's going to happen sooner than later, anyways.
Okay, so while Philip's telling you about our next sort of big outside project, all I'm doing to get started on this hanger, which I'm going to try to show you as best as I can here, is cut 10 pieces of jute, and I'm going to make them about 5 feet long. So, well, he's telling you about that. I'm just going to cut these because you can't really see on the camera me cutting strips of fabric.
Because it's not really exciting.
It's not
okay,
exciting.
YouTube family, what would you love to watch us build a beautiful she shed in the backyard? But we're talking a she shed with a little deck on the front, like a little porch area that you can maybe put a rocking chair or a seating area. And then we're also going to do an above raised garden that leads to the she shed.
Yeah.
And in the she shed, we're probably going to have some of our merch options available. So
stuff that will be on my Etsy.
Stuff that will be on Alicia's Etsy that we could display or kind of use it as a little studio kind of.
Yeah, and a spot where we can do sort of create with me's for stuff like this with our lives. So we'll have a spot, and then you guys will be able to see those items on hand and not just in photos on Etsy, and then have a little bit more of an interactive way to be able to access those items and stuff like that. So
I'm going to try and show a picture of the shed that we want to do, and this is probably the one that we're going to do.
So we found a template online that basically was exactly kind of how we envisioned how we would do it. And we found 2 different styles that we're looking at, and then we're just trying to see which one that we would want to do. And then, of course, we would be showing you guys the whole process of the build, and then the build of the interior, which would be to setting it up like a store. And so this would be set up like a pop-up shop, or if you had an antique booth or something where you have a 10 by 10 kind of space to be able to set up all of your merchandise, and how to make the cool shelves and all of the rack systems and everything to be able to do the displays. And then we would be changing those types of things up seasonally, obviously, so things would look different in different seasons, and it would be kind of that whole process of doing that aspect of kind of handmade business. So
should I show this one but with a porch or
oh sorry, were you looking for it still? Yeah, that one's not it. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just helping
bear with me.
I'm just trying to find. Can you just go to their site?
Sure.
Just homehammer.ca. Okay, so right now I have 4 of my pieces cut, so I'm still cutting a couple more here. Philip's finding the shed picture for you. I'm just reading if people make it a she shed. It sounds like an F shed. Yeah, so it would be more of an F shed for sure, not just a she shed.
Which one is it?
That one. All right, so Philip's going to show you this template, kind of rough idea design about what we're looking for. And then, of course, it would have our typical style changed into it. So it might not be this color, or it might not be exactly like this, but this is just a rough idea.
Okay, but this is the one that we kind of agreed upon. We looked at a bunch of them, and then we're like, yes, let's go with this one. So you guys tell us if
you like this kind of style. So it would have a porch on the front. It would have windows, a nice door at the front, and then the overhang so we can hang like lighting and a sign and have a little deck. And then we'd be able to do some raised garden beds around the front area. So this would be in sort of the back corner of the yard. And then where we showed you guys where we want to do some raised garden beds, hopefully next week we'll be doing the build for those. Those will go in front, and there'll be a nice, gorgeous garden pathway getting to where the shed space will be. And yeah, I think it's going to look really nice, but just let us know what you guys think. Okay, so I have 6 cut because apparently I can't talk and cut at the same time.
Do you want me to cut some?
Well, this one has like a tie in it already, and I didn't do that.
Yes, cute, super cute. That's really nice. Yes. Okay, and then I think what happens is it comes with the lumber, and then it comes with the plans, and then we get to build it. We're hoping that's how it comes.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Crystal. She shed time.
She shed time. I agree with you.
Thank you so much, Crystal.
Elisha needs a she shed. A she shed would be perfect.
Okay, but wait. Let me let you in on a little secret.
What's the secret?
Not
another secret.
No, not really a secret.
Oh, okay.
I take over the whole house, so it's like I have a really big she shed. But yes, so
our house is a she shed, so it would be really nice for Elisha to have her very own she shed. So then when the stuff piles up, I can be like, you also have a she shed, remember?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, yes, do. Yes. Do you have to get zoning permission? No, if we stay...
We called today.
So if we stay within a certain parameter, then we don't need to have zoning or any bylaw or nothing. We're good at what we picked.
Yeah.
If that explains it.
Yeah.
So in our area, we have to stay under a certain square footage to be under that zoning issue.
Which is super exciting.
Too cute. Hello from Maine. Hi, Maine.
Crystal says, haha, Philip, no, not another secret.
Yeah, I know. I can't handle any more secrets. No more.
Super fun. Speaking of big secrets, our secret for us is happening on Friday, which means that you guys are going to see it on Saturday. So exciting.
And me too. Apparently, I find out on Friday. Because I thought I knew, but I don't know if I know now.
Okay, so I actually just used a whole spool of jute, and I was hoping to get 10 strips, and I only got 7. So we're going to go with 7 here.
Can you do it with 7?
I'm going to try to do it with 7.
I mean, you're pretty magnificent, so I think you can.
Or I can start with the cotton one so I can show them better. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with my cotton rope. They're going to be 2 different hangers, but I want to see what these hangers will look like with the white cording instead of just using the jute. So I'm going to cut this and make 10... This one, I know I will have enough to do 10 strips, so.
Kayla has a new fridge coming and whitewashing the brick. That'll look really nice in the kitchen. And redoing the floor in the sunroom. So fun.
Awesome. Kayla, send me pictures.
You often say you have the best YouTube family, but really this is merely a reflection of what you know. The both of you know all 5 of you. That is so sweet, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
But... you guys are the best YouTube family, and maybe that is a reflection, but we're a reflection of our YouTube family as well.
Okay, you're going to laugh at me, but I also didn't get 10 out of this. So note, if you would like to make these, you'll need more than 1 spool of cotton or more than 1 spool of jute, because I got the same number with this one, even though I thought it was longer. But that's okay. We're going to work with it.
Thanks, Heather. Elisha makes it really easy to be sweet, too. She's super sweet, too.
Oh, thanks, Crystal. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for your support, as always.
Later, Crystal.
So now that I actually have 6 strips, not 10, of my cotton, because apparently 30 meters does not give me, I didn't do the math right, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to...
You're supposed to be a numbers person.
I know, I thought that this would give me plenty of string, but I'm going to leave about maybe 6 inches along the bottom, and I'm going to tie a loop knot around the whole bottom.
Yeah, you hear the G-Dog, Lisa. He's right in the background. I could lift him up, but he's just chilling.
So I have just a knot at the end. And so this is going to be some tassels that will just hang down at the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is take 2 pieces and I'm going to basically make a knot. And then I'm going to be able to separate. So I'm going to go about 4 inches up each piece and tie a knot.
Judy, hi to Michigan, right across the lake from us, not too far.
That's not that far.
One of the lakes, anyways.
And I'll show you once I get this on here what my little knots look like here. I have to do this with, can you hold that up for me? And then I can show them that I'm making. So I have 1 knot on this side. I'm going to do the same on each of these.
See how talented I am, YouTube family?
Ooh, so talented.
Watch me make this macrame.
All right. Go there. Oh, I gotta move this one up. I tied the knot too low down.
Brianna, hello to San Diego.
And you want to try to make them be as close to the same length as you can, but it doesn't have to be perfect.
Kauai? How do you say your name? Koe? Hello, New Zealand.
So we're looking this week on the next maybe 4 days, 3-4 days doing work in the camper. And then you guys will have our surprise video on Saturday. So don't miss Saturday's video. Don't miss any of our videos, but definitely don't miss Saturday's video because our family surprise is on Saturday. And then we'll have another camper video for you guys on Sunday. And then I'm hoping that we have a couple days of really nice weather Monday, Tuesday to work on our raised garden beds. And then we'll be able to go to the next projects, which is awesome.
I have a bunch of vegetables that are just crying out, Philip, plant me. And I feel bad because they kind of got saturated the last couple of days. I have them sitting out in the backyard. But they're all perky. They're all perking up, so that's good. I think they were in well need of some water anyways. So that's a good thing.
Let's see how this is going to work with this many here. I'm figuring out my rope now that I didn't have 10 strings because...
Hazel says the carpet and the welcome sign will look great together.
Thank you. I'm going to show you, probably tomorrow when we're doing the camper video, I'll probably do just a quick run over to the porch to show you. But the black and white welcome sign looks so much nicer than if I would have kept it green. And
Tracy says, hey, 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 and every time I see hey, 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 I think of Big Albert. Like, hey, hey, hey. Like, a big smiley face. I don't know why, but that's adorable.
That's super fun.
Are you making a tutorial on how to build the
garden beds?
Absolutely,
yes.
100%. Yes, we have a great idea in mind for the garden beds. And I think we're going to do them 12 inches tall. Or
I think we're doing 2 foot tall planter boxes because I think at 1 foot we're not quite tall enough that Gunner's not going. Oh, I said the name.
That's okay.
Thank you, Nyla Roberts.
Thank you, Nyla Roberts.
For your
Co-Star Boys.
For
yes.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Aw. They'll probably come on later and say hi.
If you were in our last live, I think maybe you were, but the boys are saving to purchase themselves a metal detector. And so they've gotten enough money together to buy one. And so now they're saving to get a second one so they each can have one.
Well,
so
Nana did say that she would buy the second, but their pod is growing so fast that they're almost going to be able to buy 2. So luckily, maybe Nana doesn't have to buy them a second one. The YouTube family is providing.
Okay, I am going to move these knots. Okay, I will show you kind of in each step what I'm doing here since I kind of have to work off the table. We just don't have as much room in the dining room here.
I'll see if the boys want to go on. Gwen's just saying
I think they might be on there. Are they on? If you see that it says Philip English in the chat, the boys are probably on the side. If you see it say Philip English on there, it'll be the boys in the other room. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just tying a few knots, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Cindy Lou Who, no, we're going to be working on the camper again tomorrow. And then also, so tomorrow is Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we are working in the camper. And then Saturday, we have our secret reveal video for you guys. And then we're back in the camper again on Sunday. We have had so much terrible weather here. It just has been an absolute nightmare. We haven't been able to get anything outdoors accomplished. I still haven't even finished painting the inside door jamb on the screen porch because it's been raining and thunderstorms and high winds.
It's starting to rain right now. Okay, G. Lewinsky is sitting in the sunroom on his perch and he's just glued out looking at all the little birds that go by. He will not leave the sunroom.
He loves it.
He actually, today, he was out in the sunroom, and then I could see he was getting a little hot, and I had to, force him inside. He's like, no.
Because he sits in the direct, if there's any sun, he'll sit in the direct sun. He's so funny. Okay, I'm just getting my last 2 knots here, and then I'm going to update you on what this looks like. I had to adjust my plan a little bit because I couldn't get as many threads as I was hoping. Okay, so once
Nana says they need things to go with their metal detector.
Yes,
yeah, they have cool little
gold panning pans.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a knot with 2, I was going the wrong way, on each side. And then what I'm going to do is take 1 from each and do the same thing. So I'm going to take 1 from each, make a knot a little bit higher up.
Aw, Nana misses chasing Dayton.
Aw.
Ooh, excuse you.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do you want a drink?
I have a drink. Yeah, so our boy's favorite spot to sit is in that new sunroom porch part, which is part of the reason why we really wanted to build that sunroom porch, because he loves to sit out there. His favorite spot is right on the end, closest to the door, and he listens to the birds and he watches the whole neighborhood. He's a terrible guard dog because he's too sweet and too cute.
Yeah,
but he really likes.
He wouldn't let any burglar in, but I'm okay with that.
We're always home. So
I always tell him, I say, G. Lewinsky, I'll protect you, buddy. So he's okay.
Okay, so what I've done is I have created some strings here and done some knots, which you probably really can't see on here. Normally I would do this with 10 strings, and then I have 5 knots at the top, and I can work my way more and more and more. I'm going to show you one that I made the other day.
Will we find out
to be able to show you
the surprise?
Oh, what time will we find out about the surprise?
On Saturday. It was going to be later, but now apparently we find out Friday, and then you guys get to find out Saturday.
Okay, so this is kind of the idea, but I didn't have here. Let me get the one that I actually did with 10 so I can show them. Okay, so basically what you want to do is have knots to go all the way. Oh, hold on.
What happened?
I'm going to get my other. Hold on, I got to get my other one. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm coming back.
Any questions for me, YouTube family, while Elise ran away? Maybe I would tell you the secret, but I really don't know the secret now.
Oh my goodness.
I thought I did, but I don't think. Oh, hi, cadets from Wisconsin.
I'm coming back.
Beautiful Wisconsin.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so here is the whole idea here.
Yeah, Nana's definitely.
Now I need to have more string. But what I did was I created a knot at the bottom for my tassels, and then using the jute, I just separated it in 2 and made a knot. And then each time again, I separated again and again and again, which is why I was mentioning that you need 10 threads to be able to do this. That way you can have enough knots to go all the way around the outside. And so I did this style with the knots. Whoops. I did this style with the knots with the terracotta pot, but then I also got a little bit creative and tried to do some with sort of some braided weaving around the top. I just kind of winged it because I don't really know all of the special knots that you need to do for macrame. And then, so this was the other one that I had
really
made.
love this plan, actually.
And
oh, no.
So what I did was I just did a bunch of kind of like boat knots, maybe like how you were making bracelets as a kid or something, and did the same thing where I separated the bottom and then had my knot, did my braided spots, separated it, just did a few more braided spots, and then did my loop tie at the top, and then it holds my plant in, which is...
Sharon Hendricks goes, what has made your marriage so great? I just think, like, I learned at a young age that I'm wrong about everything. That's just it.
Oh my goodness gracious.
You know, so far,
oh my God.
That is right.
That's so funny. Philip and I learned when we moved in together when we were 19 that the small stuff doesn't matter. So, like when Philip and I first moved in together, he had things that he did that drove me crazy. I had things that I did that drove him crazy. And, you know, you think people fight like, oh, you forgot a towel on the floor, or you didn't clean up your mess in the kitchen, or like whatever. Those are such small things that really don't matter. And so we just learned to not sweat the small stuff and just to make sure that if there were bigger things that we needed to talk about,
I think we've
that we communicated so well.
Yeah, and I think we've dealt with so many big things in such a short amount of time in reality to things that we've just learned that, you know, small things don't matter. No. And big things don't really matter either, because a storm will come and then the storm will go. Mm-hmm. And everything will be back to normal. We've
had lots of tests in the time that we've been together. Almost this Christmas will be 17 years that we've lived together.
Oh, wow. It's like throwing the towel time. 17 years? And that's not the big secret, is it?
No, that's not the big secret.
Gosh, okay. 17-year anniversary.
We've moved a bunch of times. We've had different jobs. We've had other life challenges. I've had health issues that have been challenges. lots of different things. I had 2 terrible pregnancies.
The kids are laughing at Patty. She did a pun. I'll give it a try. Why not? And she spelled it like a knot.
Patty and my boys love puns.
We're such a pun family, so that's so good.
You gotta click your alarm up there. Yeah, so we've gone through a lot of things. So we've just learned that there isn't any sense worrying if we can communicate and just work together as a team and set goals for ourselves and for each other and for our family. We seem to always do okay. Even better than okay. We always do. Everything kind of always works out. So yeah, at home with Amy Lynn's the smart man, not Philip.
Yeah.
That's super fun. We were talking on our last live about how people were saying how great it is that Philip loves to do like crafting and do like DIYs and stuff with me. And we were talking about how maybe that isn't something that Philip would want to do on a daily basis. Like if I'm not home, I don't come home and Philip's crafting in the dining room. Like that's just not his hobbies. He has other hobbies that he likes to do. And just by supporting each other and what each other likes, we can rise each other up by supporting and showing our interest in something that maybe isn't the hobby that we've chosen.
Well, it's funny though, because we kind of combined our hobbies, and like my favorite thing to do is editing, and I love to just sit and edit. And although I'm not amazing or the best at it, I'm learning, and it is my favorite thing to do is just sit down and try and make something out of a whole bunch of footage that Elish and I have made. And we've learned that Elish loves doing DIYs and loves making videos, and we've kind of combined the two together, and it's been so fun. And we've always wanted to work together, and this has been such an amazing ride this past
It's been a great opportunity. And we were able to turn a really bad situation into something so amazing just with a little bit of hope, a lot of work, and, just keeping up with the good vibes only kind of thing, because there's some things that happen in life that are not in your control all the time, and it's what you do with those life situations and how you
wear your hat to sleep in. The hat never comes up.
The hat never comes up. Okay, so I'm just going to make the second one here using the one with the 6 strings. So it doesn't have as many knots on it, so it's not quite as macrameed as the one that I did with the jute, but because I ran out of string here.
Tracy says, what other things do I like to do?
I did this one with a colored pot. With a colored pot here. So it is better if you have more strings. That way your rope I would have another one here.
And say, can you do it?
And another one here, and another one here.
We ran out of rope.
That's my half macrame pot hanger. Oh.
I love to be a husband, and I love to be a dad. Those are my 2 favorite things to do in the world, is kind of hang out with the kids, and other hobbies, hang out with the dogs. I love dirt biking. I love being outdoors. I love fishing with the family, Elish, my parents. I love being around my mom and my dad and my brother too, but he's far away. Those are my main hobbies, is just being surrounded by these group of people, being with you guys. Talking with you guys is now one of my new favorite hobbies. It's, simple.
He likes to go fishing and ride dirt bikes and go hiking with the dog and the boys and go on adventures and search for treasures and kind of do all that sort of stuff. So
I like actually doing the vintage hunts that Elish. I grew up with my mom. We went just me and my mom would go garage sailing every Sunday. And I grew up doing the thrifting and the hunt of the find, and I still like doing that. And my boys love doing that, which is, family. Family's everything. Family and nature. I grew up doing it, and I still love doing it.
I'm just going to answer a couple questions about the DIY we were just doing.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk about something about the yard selling and vintage that we were just talking about.
Sure.
I painted the pot with just an interior white paint. You can use any craft paint to paint the acrylic pots. And VIP, I used 5 feet long for the strings. I just kind of ran out because my jute roll wasn't totally full. So make sure you have a full roll. But I usually use 10 pieces at 5 feet long. So I was just a little bit short for what I had left. I'm trying to use supplies that we have at home because we're not going out to get some new things. So I definitely thought I was going to have enough string, but a little bit short. So normally at this time of year, we're going to town-wide yard sales, and we're going yard sailing and auctions and finding lots of vintage treasures that we can transform and upcycle and do different things with. But because of the world issues, we obviously are just staying home and none of that is in operation right now. And so it makes it a little bit different for what we typically do this time of year, which kind of has to make you think outside of the box on what you're going to do for projects and gives you that little bit of a challenge on what you want to do at this time of year. Because normally our weekends are full with just adventuring and, finding treasures and going to the best places we can get our hands on to find items to be able to use for either handmade business.
Our weekends usually start either Saturdays we're at the auction and then Sundays we're garage sailing and looking for the hunt, right? So
yeah,
it's been different. Not difficult, but different.
Yeah, it's been done. There's a lot of content that we want to be showing you guys right now that we can't go out and do. So we were so excited all winter for this time frame of the year to come where we could show you guys really what we like to do this time of year. And it's been a little bit challenging. So luckily, we've been having a great time doing the camper. And hopefully we have the next several days of nice warm weather. That way we'll be able to show you guys some more of that too. So
Darla says she's been married for 38 years and counting. And that's beautiful.
Aw. Thanks, Stacey.
Cahill, 37 years.
Amazing.
That's amazing. Absolutely beautiful.
Aw.
We'll be there in a few more years.
A few more years.
Yeah.
So this week I'm hoping that we can get the wood brought to the house for us for the raised garden beds. Hopefully start next week because of the bad weather we've been having. We typically this last weekend would have liked to have gotten a lot of our seeds in the ground and a lot of our starter plants, but we haven't been able to because of the weather. And so what we're going to do is just wait till next weekend to be able to get that started. So we should hopefully be able to get the wood dropped off for that and have all the fill for it all dropped off also next week while we work on the camper for the next several days. Checking on the board.
Yeah, so I think we had a couple of questions. New people just coming in saying what's going on with the camper.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to have a great camper video, and for the next couple of days we'll be working on the campers. So stay tuned. Definitely tomorrow's video.
So we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday camper videos. Saturday's our big surprise Sunday camper video, and I'm hoping early next week we're working on our raised beds. For sure by Wednesday we'll be working on raised beds. So we have quite a few days here of camper renovations, which we're finally able to get back into. So I'm super excited. Yeah. Thank you, Darla. So I actually think I have a video on my channel when I made this sign that's behind me. But yeah, it's one of my favorites. Neither Robert says, are you planning your first adventure in the camper yet or waiting until it's finished? So we know where we want to go. Again, we don't know what the summer is going to bring for any of the world issues that are going on. And so we're kind of at a standstill on knowing when we're going to be able to go on this, I'm going to say adventure, because it's not really going to be a vacation because we have plans kind of to do all along the way. And so we don't want to just go to this place and then just be there and enjoy the time. We want to actually be doing things along the way, which are very limited right now. So we want to wait until all of those things are open and accessible again in a safe way so that we can take you guys on this adventure that we're going to go on with the camper, which I think is so much more enjoyable that not only will you guys get to come with us, but it might mean that there's some spots along the way where we might actually get to meet some of you guys and also show you kind of more behind the scenes on what we like to do in our spare time, which I know a lot of you have in common as well. So I think it's going to be kind of exciting. So Sharon Hendrick, VIP, Sharon Hendricks, Alicia English. Yes, so if you're looking for my Etsy link, it's the very first comment at the top of this chat. Is actually just a link for my book, but if you click that, it will take you to my Etsy shop. So I'm just Alicia English on Etsy. Right now, the items that are on my Etsy shop are limited because I'm not shipping any items. So the only items that are available on there are instant downloads. I'm looking at having my paintbrushes and stuff back in stock in the next little while. But again, we're just waiting to be able to do all that safely for everyone. So
hi, Karen Meeks.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Jude, right now our landfill is closed, so we're not able to get to the landfill right now.
And it's like with everything going on, the last thing we want to be doing is rooting through anybody's stuff or anything. Yeah. It's just not safe. Yeah. So, yeah.
Speaking of my book, as I was just mentioning the link, there is a 20% off. If you haven't read my book yet and you're interested, the very first comment in this chat is actually the link with the sale for my book. So it is a story of my life and times, and it's also a creative guide to handmade business. And it's got all 5-star reviews on anyone who's read it so far. So I'm pretty proud of it. If you haven't read it and you're interested, it is on sale for 20% off in my shop. So be sure to let me know if you enjoy it, if you get a chance to read it. Paint your cars in your spare time.
You paint cars.
You paint cars in your spare time. Yes, I do. Sorry, Greg, I read that wrong.
Yeah, she definitely does. If you need a little bit of white touch-up, she's got you covered. And the car. All of it.
Is he still sitting there?
Yeah, I'll go check on him.
Okay, Phil's going to check on our pup because he's sitting on the front porch with the... So we've been testing... Oh, thank you, Darla. Darla Wen says she loves my book and says I'm so talented. Thank you so much. I really wanted to write my book just to share a bit about my story and hope to inspire other people to create a life that they love. And for me, doing that was through being creative. And I've had quite a few obstacles in my life that have really set me back. And it was my creative side that really got me through those times. And so it was important for me to be able to tell my story and be able to share it with our YouTube family or anyone for that matter who wanted to read it and inspire people to make those changes and create a life that you really love, doing things that you really love. And this book really helps kind of give you a better understanding of kind of who I am and where I've come from and how far I've come with my creative journey, which is pretty fun. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Kayla. Oh, so this is what happens when you leave your puppy unattended on your front porch, in case anyone would like to know what happens behind the scenes of our live videos. These are nesting baskets that are on the front porch, and he was so quiet we thought we better go check on him. But now we have a really great straw hat. I'm not really sure what we're going to use this for now.
Hold on. Mom, do you think...
can you make me a new basket?
Do you think you can fix this?
I'm so glad, Tracy.
Oh my goodness.
Just a thing.
It smells so good.
It smells because it's like a vintage wicker.
I know why.
Nolly Roberts,
he's a naughty boy.
Right now, I don't have an audio of my book, but I've been getting a lot of requests for it, so it might be something that I do in the near future, but right now I don't have it. And I also don't have it in hard copy. I launched it right before kind of things got shut down, and I wasn't really sure what the response would be for my book, if I wanted to put it to print and have an actual print company, make it into hard copy for me, but I have had really good reviews and quite a few, obviously, sales of my book. And so I now know that it's a book that people are enjoying and it would be worth the time and money to actually get it into hard copy and or an audiobook. So I will look into it.
He's a basket hound.
He's a basket hound. Oh my goodness. I love that one, Greg.
Greg is so good.
Oh, that's super fun. What about the pin cushion Mama English? Yes.
Yeah, she made that, but he actually...
Where is he now? Inside?
Yeah, he's inside.
Like, he's going to eat the whole porch.
He's actually had the pin cushion in his mouth a couple of times.
He's such a good boy. He's so good, but
he's still one.
He's only one, so if you leave something out that smells good because he's a basset hound...
It goes in his mouth.
He gets very curious of anything that has a good smell to it.
But honestly, when I left it all open, because I didn't... Where were these? Because I didn't see them out there.
They were up on a wicker shelf, so I'm glad he ate the basket and not the whole wicker shelf.
He's got a long body, so he can just reach things.
Aw, thanks, Dawn. Glad you love it. I'm getting lots of comments of people who have read my book, which is super exciting.
Yes, the book is... Yes! Chase and Dayton love it. Puns. Keep them coming.
What about the blanket? The blanket's inside when we're not out there. Don't worry, Mom. What about the blanket? Because she saw the Union Jack was out there the other day. So when we're
he was out there the other day with it. He didn't touch it.
Yeah. But he's used to the smell of it because it's
not
inside.
Out there right now. No. The kids were sitting with it.
No. We came home years ago. We had a dog before we had the kids. And I had an art book collection that I had collected for years, over from childhood to when we were 19.
Yeah.
Some of them were pretty hard to find. A lot of Canadian artist books that you can't always get or there's a collection for. And Philip and I when we moved into this place, Philip brought with him this great big forest green, big comfy couch. Like the old school couches that are filled with nothing but fluff and feathers. And we had quite a few IKEA pillows, you know, the inexpensive ones that are just filled with the with feathers, actual feathers. And we came home from school and work one day, and we were in a 1-bedroom apartment, so very small, just small little galley kitchen, living room, little bathroom, little bedroom, like very small square footage. Every square inch of this place was filled with fluff, feather, and paper shreds from the art books. This dog had destroyed everything in the apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everything needed to be replaced. It took us hours of vacuuming up, and it was like we walked into like a chicken pen, like
I
everywhere.
wish we were videoing back then, because
goodness.
it would have been a sight to see.
And yeah,
it looked like some birds lost their feathers in the house.
Yeah.
Moving to Canada is so tempting. Aw, thank you. Canada is beautiful for sure.
Jamie Foley says, I have 130-pound Staffordshire Terriers. They can put their paws up on the counters just like humans. So Philip grew up with a Great Dane, and he used to eat a whole pound of butter off the counter at a time. He'd just walk by and take it right off the counter. And in one swoop,
a pound of butter would be gone. He loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up with a massive dog. Super big, but very friendly.
Super fun. So tomorrow when we get back in the camper, we're hoping to get the sealant on the roof in the camper and work on the bedroom space, which I'm really excited about because I feel like we have done so much paint rolling and we still need to get that space organized.
Yes.
So I'm really excited on some of the things that I'm going to do in that bedroom space. And then over the next couple of days, we want to start building that bathroom back up so we can actually start doing the renovation of what the design aspects are going to be in the bathroom. So I think Philip is going to be kind of back and forth between helping me with the outside of the camper, the inside of the bedroom space, and then prepping that bathroom space to be able to have me come in there behind and be able to do the rest of that. So yeah. Sharon Hendricks says, what do you call the wood artwork that I do? I call them wood quilts. I'm not really sure what they're actually called, but I usually call them wood quilts. Yeah.
John Bradley, where are you from in Ontario, bud?
Darla, I am hoping to spend some time writing another book. I have a couple of different ideas for some books that I want to write that I think our YouTube family would really like, but I'm not quite there yet. Right now, I just want to get some of these projects done that we're working on, and I'm kind of just writing all of my points down that I kind of want to make sure. Writing a book is kind of a process, but I want to kind of get a little bit more of that. I've been writing kind of on paper, and I kind of did that with my first book where I wrote down kind of as much as I possibly wanted to compile together. Kinda. Yeah, and then was able to write it then on type a lot easier and have my thoughts kind of together. So, yeah.
Heather says, what day is it? I'm sure there's going to be...
I told Phil he's going to have to start charging every time he says what day is it.
If you want me to say it, then you got to leave a donation. I think she's just sick of me saying it.
So, Nancy, we plan on doing some camping with the boys with the trailer for sure. One of the first places that we want to go is to the East Coast. And we want to do our first trip within Canada just to make sure that there's no mechanical errors on the camper and that there's nothing that kind of is going to go wrong in that. That way we're not too far from home, but still far from home. And then we want to start taking it over into the U.S. so we can actually do some meet and greets and some different projects kind of along the way that way. Yeah. But we definitely need to do one trip within Canada just to make sure that everything is good. And we still need to get new tires on the camper. We still have the rest of the interior to finish up, but we have plenty of time right now with the stay home. So, are you planning on using your camper this summer?
We would like to.
I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any of the comments.
Hi, Suzanne from Tennessee.
So we had quite a few comments and messages on how you guys are enjoying
Hi, Colleen Smith.
Having some camper videos, some DIY, some trash to treasure, like kind of a little bit of a mix over the past couple of weeks. And the reason we're doing that is because, first of all, not all of our YouTube family is necessarily following our camper, just like not all of our camper followers are following our DIYs and, you know, handmade business type aspects. And so it's nice to have a variety of content, aside from the fact that we've had such crummy weather that for us, in order to do videos for you guys, we have to get creative on what we're working on when the weather is terrible. Yeah. We couldn't even be outside the last couple of days because the weather was so bad. So it's nice to be able to hopefully get some nice weather over the next couple of days. So thanks, Carol. Carol's in Sarnia.
I gave him a piece of ham and now I'm paying the price. We know about that all too much.
Will you move from wood to fabric making quilts, Sally? Sally, I don't have a whole ton of experience doing projects with sewing. I have a sewing machine that you guys saw that Philip and the boys got me for my birthday. I've had a sewing machine before, which I didn't really use a whole lot years ago. When the boys were babies, I found I didn't really use it, so I got rid of it. And then it kind of came back that it was something that I wanted to do. I've never done any type of quilting at all. My mother-in-law loves doing quilts. We have a gorgeous one that she made for us, the Union Jack one that we really love. I don't know if it's something that I would have the patience to sit and work on for a long period of time. I'm not sure that I could do it. Like knitting, crocheting, quilting, that kind of stuff. For me, I don't have the mind to sit and focus on something for a really, really long time. I have to kind of like keep moving on stuff. So I'm not really sure. But if I ever do, you will be the first to know because I'll be putting it on my channel. So yes, Linda Lacey, I've been having lots of requests on doing tutorials about the equipment that we use in our videos. I think we have it on our to-do list when we kind of get going here, but we'll definitely do that. Phil, can you trademark your saying?
We can try and trademark it. That'd be sweet.
Ginger said, someone wrote that they would love to be your neighbor. Do you have any local neighborhood following you guys on your YouTube journey? Yes. So quite a few of our neighbors around in our area have.
By the way, hi, Ginger.
Hi, Ginger. Have, kind of known Philip and I. We've only lived in this town for about 6 years. And we have neighbors behind us and across from us and down the street. I know you guys saw in one of our videos, one of our neighbors down the road was getting rid of some furniture, which she donated so we can use it to do some trash or treasure on our video. So I know that we do have quite a few people in our town that watch us.
We live in a really small town. So we have absolutely beautiful neighbors all the way around us. We couldn't have been so lucky to have the neighbors that we have. Mm-hmm. And we're so fortunate to have the neighbors that we have. The neighbor to the right of us is into very similar things that we're into. And so it makes it really easy. And same with the neighbor both neighbors that are attached to our property mm-hmm. are both into the same kind of stuff that we're into. And the neighbors across the street and around are absolutely amazing.
Kayla says she's a local stalker.
Kayla, you can be our local stalker for sure.
So fun. It's amazing when you start a YouTube channel and you don't realize, how many people watch YouTube that are from all over the world. Yeah. And then we started meeting people that knew who we were in our town that we didn't know before. And they're like, hey, I watch you on YouTube. Or I'll go to the grocery store, or
one time I was washing the bikes and some people came by and they're like, "We love your YouTube," and I thought I put a big smile on my face because I had no idea who they were, and so that it's just there's definitely people in our area and that are supporters, and we love that.
I think when we were at maybe about 30,000 subscribers, I had gone one morning to Tim Hortons to get some breakfast for Philip and I, and someone in the line that lived several hours from where we live was like, hey, I watch you on YouTube all the time. And I was like, oh, this is so weird, because I didn't know what to say, and they were so excited to see me and to actually like see who I was, and I was like, oh, this is so strange, but it's just the same. We've ran into people maybe that we've watched on YouTube before too, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's them. Like it's just different. But we had never experienced that before, so it was at that time it was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And then now we get letters from you guys in the mail, and we have lots of emails and messages, and people send us packages, and you guys spend your time coming and chatting with us on our lives and watching our channel. So it's just it's amazing the sense of community we've been able to build with our channel. So it's super exciting.
And all positive.
Yeah. YouTube should hold an award ceremony for all the celebs. That's super fun. So I was super excited because when you hit different milestones on YouTube, you can actually have access to doing different things on YouTube. And one of the things that I really was excited for was being able to go to a YouTube studio space that was in Toronto, Ontario. And just as we hit the milestone to be able to have access to be able to do that, they closed the location in Canada for us, so I wasn't able to do that. But I do know that at some point they do hold different events, I think usually in the US, to be able to go to, but I don't know that we have enough subscribers for that yet, so I have to look into it. But they do run some different things throughout the year, I think.
Colleen Smith, we don't have any streetlights in our town, and or red lights or green lights in our town. That's how small we are, and we just recently got streetlights on some of our streets, and most of our streets don't have any lights still. So, yeah, it's a pretty fun small town.
I'm trying to remember how many people actually live in our town. I don't remember.
Less than 5,000.
So we both grew up in a city, and then when we had the boys, we had Chase was just a toddler, and Dayton was actually only a couple of months old when we bought this house. And so we've lived here pretty much the whole life of the boys. And so we really wanted to raise them in just a smaller town, and where there's less hustle and bustle, and just slow life down a little bit. And it was the best decision that we've ever made.
Yeah.
We love it here. And, you buying an older house, you can do with it what you want. And we have a nice backyard with Philip and I built a privacy fence, and it's just really nice to have our own space here. And although we maybe would want to be outside of town just to have a little bit more property than we actually have right now, we don't really need it. Like we do a lot of stuff. So
Hi, Stelsey.
Jude is asking if I got a new measuring tape. I didn't get a new one because I cleaned my art room and found a couple, which I knew I had, but sometimes when the art room gets a little out of hand, you can't find some of your things. So Chase and I spent a few hours the other day and cleaned the art room. So I found some of my supplies I was trying to look for. So tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, we have camper video renovation for you guys. Weather is supposed to be super nice, so I'm counting on the nice weather. So if you're saying any weather prayers, we really, really want some nice weather the next couple days to be able to do.
Yeah, I meant traffic light. For some reason, I was having a brain fart, and I couldn't think of it.
So, yeah, we're excited to be able to get at that. Saturday, we're revealing our big secret. I know some of our YouTube family is trying to bribe the kids and find out what the secret is, but they're tight vault. They won't tell you. And then, so Saturday is our big reveal. You're going to have it edited and ready for Saturday, right? Are you going to make them wait?
No.
Okay.
No.
And then
you tell me when, and then that'll be done.
So Saturday. And then
Saturday it is.
YouTube has actually given us some different information in our analytics as to when you guys are most on YouTube and when you guys would like to see videos the most. And so we're going to try to post our videos a lot earlier in the evenings for you guys. So tomorrow you're going to see our typical, late night, 8, 9 p.m. upload like we typically do. And what we're going to be doing is filming for you guys so that you guys can have videos earlier in the day.
Oh, that's small.
Which I think is a lot better. I know you guys understand why we post later, because we film for you guys same day, edit, and get the videos up for you guys, which I think a lot of you really like, that you get to see it like to the minute, basically, when we're working on the projects. So we're going to try and flip our schedule a little bit so that we're filming a lot earlier, so you guys will actually have that video up. I'm hoping, like Eastern Standard Time, more around like the 1, 2 p.m. time slot instead of the evening uploads. So after tomorrow's going to be our late evening upload. So looking at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from now on, trying to get those videos up earlier for you. So if you typically don't look until later in the evening, try looking a little bit earlier. We're going to try to actually have like a scheduled post time. And when we figure out exactly what time that scheduled post is going to be, we'll write it on our dashboard on our community tab. So you guys will know, like, today at 2 p.m. will be our video, or today at 1 p.m. will be our video. I try to keep you guys updated. Like, I'll say new video tonight, so you guys know, and not just having to look all day. So we're looking at having a little more of a schedule for you guys, so you know when to expect the videos.
Hi, Noella Hoskin from Sault Ste. Marie. I love Sault Ste. Marie. Sault Ste. Marie is absolutely gorgeous. You are lucky to live there.
Aw. Hi, Cheryl. You're awake at 2 a.m. taping your eyes open. Aw, thank you. So we are super excited. Patty, I don't know if our merch will be available on Saturday. That's not the surprise.
We hope. We're hoping.
I'm waiting for my final green light go email saying our link. That's all we're waiting for.
Everything on our end has been done and sent in, and that's when we know, we're going to let you guys know as soon as possible.
Yeah, like the second I get that
we'll
link.
We'll probably do a live, like a pop-up live as soon as we know. So that's not the surprise, but we're hoping sooner than later because we're just as excited as you guys, for sure.
And we have 27 merch options.
27 absolutely amazing merch options.
So we're really excited. And we've had quite a few questions about, does it ship internationally? We have worldwide shipping. It comes in a variety of sizes from like extra smalls up to like 4XXXL. We have lots of different options for men and women as well as unisex. So we've covered as many bases as we possibly can. We have like shirts, sweatshirts, hats, lots of different options. And we also have youth options, which I'm really excited about because the kids help design them. And so for boys and girls or unisex for youth, as well as women's, adults, and unisex adult. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah.
And we worked really hard to get this going for you guys. It's a big investment on our end and time-consuming aspect on our end to get it going.
It has been a process, but it's been a fun process. And I think if we are ever going to do more or expand, it'll be now that we know what we're doing, it'll be super easy to do new things. But for the 27 new items coming, we can't wait.
And then we're kind of calling this like our soft launch, although we have quite a lot of options that are launching. And then we're looking at doing
6 years. That's great.
We're looking at doing another launch like mid to late summer for fall, winter, holiday season time as well. So if we don't have a few new things in between, we probably will have a couple new things, but we're going to do another big drop of merch ideas midsummer into early fall. So that's pretty exciting. So we'll keep whatever, merch options that you guys are really liking and change up a few and get a whole new line of stuff going for you guys. So we're pretty excited about that. But that's not the surprise, although that is super exciting. And then we're also going to be starting some of our other big build projects this month, into the next month, which is super exciting.
Some of it next week.
Yeah,
right?
some of it next week.
Yeah, and then maybe a draft plan of the she shed build and the backyard build. Because I think when we do the she shed build, the planter boxes will be done by then before we start. But there's also some things that we want to add to the backyard with the she shed build too. Yeah. So stay tuned for that exciting stuff.
And then we are looking at, there's a couple of really big projects that Philip and I want to do that are not here at our house, like big projects that we're working on. And we're kind of just sort of saving behind the scenes and trying to budget out how we can make some of these really big ideas possible. Like we really want to do a tiny home build and do a whole renovation, doing an eco home. Yeah. We're looking at doing that on an open land property so that we can actually use that space.
Hi, Drea.
And hi, Drea. And we're really looking at some really big projects. And so we want to thank you guys for your support always on our channel, because without you guys watching and liking and commenting and, joining us on things like this, like our live and purchasing my book and doing those types of things to support us, that really helps us to be able to make bigger and better content to put on our channel. And I know that a lot of you guys know our story, and you know that from the very beginning, we really had to make content with nothing. Like we really had to start our YouTube channel literally from absolutely nothing. So if you haven't seen our video on our story and, how we started our YouTube channel and everything, it's kind of neat for you guys to see really how far we've come in this year together and where we want to take this channel. And we want to take you guys along with us. So just know our projects are getting bigger and better as our channel grows. And the more you guys share, like, and comment and show YouTube that you like our content, the bigger projects we can do, which is super exciting.
And the bigger sponsorships we can do, which means bigger projects.
Yeah, so, which is awesome.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Yeah. Mom is asking, where in the yard will the she shed go?
Well, so very uncertain at this moment, but we're thinking the back corner underneath the neighbor's cedar tree where no garden can really grow underneath. When the pines drop, the pines are too acidic for the ground. So once the pines go into the soil, it's really tough to get a good growth going in any plant. So we're thinking underneath that tree, but we don't know which way we want to face it, but maybe face it towards the house. and then have a walkway to it. I know that doesn't make sense to a lot of our YouTube family, but
we're going to show you guys.
We're definitely going to show you
planting.
when we're out there digging up the ground for the planter boxes.
So we're going to, not on top of her willow, we're going to be showing you guys the process of doing our raised garden beds and planting and doing all that with our garden space during, I think this week is when we're going to be starting the boxes anyways. And then, are you showing the, oh, you got to tilt it. Oh, so those of you who missed it, we're looking at building something like this sort of idea in the backyard, maybe different colors or a little bit different, but this sort of idea in a 10 by 10 sort of layout. That way I'll be able to use it as a pop-up shop, like a little bit of a storefront for my online store. We're going to be turning into a studio space, kind of she shed idea, or as someone else suggested, F shed, like a family shed. It's not going to be, for a lawnmower or anything like that. We're going to be using it for something a lot more different than that. So it's going to be really interesting to see the build, and then also see how we transform the space to not look like a shed and turn it into an actual studio space that we can use for something of a bigger plan. So I think it's pretty exciting. But
super excited. Hi, Rhonda Ornowatsky. Maybe one day we will meet. That would be so fun. We hope to meet you too someday.
If only we could just start driving from like house to house and meet all of our YouTube family.
Yeah, I would.
Just show up at people's doors randomly, like with the camper in the driveway.
Who has the tea on?
Super fun. So yeah, so we are going to start working on the camper tomorrow, working in the bedroom space, hopefully do the sealant on the roof, and then also start getting into the bathroom space over the next couple of days. So don't miss our videos. Oh yeah, some people are asking about the front garden of the house and how all my plants look dead. But winter is just ending, and so all of our buds are just starting to turn green.
Yeah, nothing's dead. Everything's just starting to come back here. It's spring.
I think you guys are going to be really surprised to see how much stuff grows in that front garden, especially when we've shown you it kind of does look like the garden's dead, because I have extremely tall, white, puffy hydrangeas and like tons of plants in that front. And then I'm hoping that I can actually move even some of the hydrangeas to the back, maybe beside my new she shed, because I haven't actually transplanted and moved any of those. So, and then someone's asking, do we need a permit to have the she shed? We actually talked to the bylaw officer for zoning and everything today. And if we stay within a certain measurement, we don't have to have a permit. So we're perfect for the shed that we want to build. We're within the parameters of being allowed to build that shed without having to go through the permit process. So it's super fun. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining us on our live tonight. I'm going to update you guys with some of these hanger planters on the porch. I'm hoping this week when we get hopefully my pillows and stuff finally come in this week, and I can show you the transformation of the inside of the porch and what I'm going to do with that, and some DIYs on easy porch things you can make for obviously on a really small budget. As you know, I like to keep everything as thrifted as possible. And then we'll be showing you guys the camper the next couple days. And I'm so excited for you guys to see our surprise on Saturday. And so our secret is kind of funny because Philip and the kids know what the secret is. Oh, welcome to our YouTube family membership, Bert. Love you. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, Barrett Halton.
And it's going to be...
My finger was a little lazy there.
Your finger was a little lazy there.
There we go.
Pinky's up, Philip. And so I'm really excited because I think that the video is not only going to show you the surprise, but there's an even more fun kind of aspect to this secret that I only know. So I think it's going to be really interesting because the boys and Philip know what the secret is, but they kind of don't know what the secret is. So it's kind of going to be kind of a funny video. Don't miss it.
Hi there from Norway.
Someone was just asking if we ever sleep.
Yeah, well, tonight, we got a long day ahead of us tonight, so we are going to end the chat soon, and we're going to have a tea sit out on the front porch, and then, sorry, I'm choking, have a little discussion about what we're going to do tomorrow and how we're going to go about the next couple of days, but we got a long couple of days ahead of us. They're going to be great camper videos for the next 3 days. So stay tuned tomorrow. And I think we'll do
Sunday nights, we've
Are
been,
we gonna do another
on
just
Sunday,
so
right?
our next live
Yeah.
will be Sunday then?
So we've been kind of on the routine, kind of not even realizing it, of doing Sunday night lives and chatting with you guys. And so we're going to try to keep that as our schedule to do lives for you guys on Sunday night. I know we sometimes lately have been doing that kind of random, like we're going to go live tonight at 8 p.m. or something just to come and chat with you guys. And that's just, the weather's been kind of crummy. And when we don't post, we want to be able to come on and chat with you guys.
Let's get Gunner.
Oh, you're going to get the, he's going to get our boy. We want to be able to chat with you guys and have you guys see us and not, just not be here for you guys on these days when everyone's just home. So we've been doing these random lives just to be able to come and chat with you guys. But we typically are going to be doing our Sunday night lives, hopefully every week. Come on and do something where we create something and chat with you guys and have a cup of tea. And, oh, he's probably got sleepies. Are you sleepy?
Yes.
I think he was sleeping. Oh, you're going to fall. Say hi, YouTube family. Say hi.
He's like, I'm still sleeping.
Oh, you're falling.
I got him.
He's a long dog. Say hi. Hi, YouTube family.
Sit.
It's so funny because when he was little and he was a pup, he was almost all black on his head, and now he's all orange. You gonna sit on the chair with Mama? Come on the chair. You're sleepy. His legs are shaking because he's sleepy. Oh, you're not gonna turn? You're turning the opposite way? Sometimes he doesn't want to get off the camera, and sometimes he wants to turn around. Say hi. Say hi, YouTube family. Oh, kisses for Daddy. He's a kissing boy today. Hi. Say hi to our YouTube family. Look. Say hi. Oh, you got your sleepy boy.
Yeah, I just.
He's a spoiled pup. This boy, I tell ya. I don't know how many of you guys have dogs at home, but he is one spoiled pup. Say hi. He's so sleepy. He's been telling us at night when it's time to go to bed. Oh, there's a sleepy puppy yawn. Oh, it's super fun. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We are going to see you guys on our video tomorrow. So tomorrow evening, our normal kind of upload, 8, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time upload will be tomorrow night. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday is going to be earlier in the day. So we're going to try to start posting for you guys earlier so that you're not waiting so long for the videos, and it's on more of a prime time where you guys are kind of on YouTube anyway. So he's sliding. And then, so yeah, look forward to the camper videos and our goodbye to bad weather, hopefully. Hi. Thanks. So yeah, I'm really happy. We've got 8 days of nice weather, apparently, according to our weather network. 3 days of camper videos, big surprise video, Sunday camper, and into some other outdoor projects next week, which I'm really excited about. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and we will see you on our video tomorrow night.
Love you, YouTube family.
Love you guys. Thank you for spending your time with us.
Yes. Thanks for spending time with us.
Oh, I did it wrong.
Short legs.
Where did he go?
He almost read that.
What does he have? Another basket? That was so cute. Basket.
Basket.
How do I close this off, love? I don't know how to do it. Do I do this one? You got one?
Did you end us, or are we still
Yeah.
live?
I think we're live still. Yeah. Close this one.
Yeah.